I know I'm late to the party, but Persona 5 just beat it last night. I don't know what took me so long to play this game, but man, oh man, when I tell you that this game is something special. I get why it won all the awards it did. I understand everything about it. It is so phenomenal. Basically, you play as this guy, Joker, which whatever you name him, but his metaverse name is Joker, and what all the characters call him. And basically, you are framed by a bigwig. I'm not going to spoil what they are because you'll know. But basically, a bigwig politician, entrepreneur person. You get framed because you catch them doing SA activity, and you have to be transferred across the country to live with this guy named Sojiro in a coffee shop. And basically, you have to try to write your name and clear your name of the crime that you didn't do, but he appointed and accused you of. And since he's a big politician, he can do what he wants. And then you meet Morgana. And Morgana is, how do I put it? Like an entity. We're not quite sure what he is. Is he a human? Is he a cat? Is he real? Is he not real? You learn that through the game. And he basically is an expert of the metaverse. And you unlock your persona. And then you meet Ryuji. And basically, the theme of this game, you can't see her, but this girl right here is from the other version called the Royal, but I didn't play the Royal. I played the normal one. But basically, each one of these characters, Ryuji, An, Yusuke, Makoto, Haru, Futaba's right here, but you can't see her. This guy, Akechi, they all have a reason why they want to help Joker. And as they go along, you unlock your persona by basically facing your tragedy or your fear or your struggle head on. And then you unlock your persona. And it's a turn-based RPG style game. And come to find out, all of these characters somehow conveniently are linked together. You'll find out how they're linked together in the game, but it's done very brilliantly where it feels like the real first dungeon you do, because they have like smaller dungeons, like they just have this thing called mementos where you just go down and fight random enemies. There's a purpose for mementos, so make sure you do it, because if you don't do it, then towards the end of the game you're going to regret it. But basically, there's palaces, and each person has a palace. And the reason that these characters become your allies is because we infiltrate the palace to change the heart of the person affecting their life. Example, small spoiler. So if you don't want any spoilers, click off here. On her right here in the red, she her best friend was SA'd by the gym teacher, and the gym teacher uses his power at the school to make it. And he's kind of affected too. Both of these characters are both affected by this guy because he's on the track team. Basically, he uses his power to influence which women, like which girl, like, students, the girl students, which ones are allowed to be cheerleaders, which ones are allowed on the team by, essaying them and being a creep. And then for the men, the ones that he don't like, he purposely pushes them down and has them have bad grades so they can't be on the team. And so these two work with you and Morgana to take him down. You enter his palace. His name's Kamashido. It's the first palace of the game. And basically, when you change their heart, it's you take the thing that most valuable to them. And then when you do that, you fight them as a big boss. And once you beat them, they have a change of heart. And basically, the change of heart, you could do all kinds of things with it. But for the main cast, they change hearts by just having the person confess their crime. And when they confess their crime, at first no one catches on to it really. They're just like, huh, he really just decided to oust himself. But then it happens again with Yusuke, and then again with Makoto. And once it happens with Makoto, then the police start wondering what's happening. And then from there, Schitt's Creek, everything explodes, the plot gets crazy. Is amazing. The one thing I'll say for anyone who has not played Persona before and want to play it, don't make the mistake I made. They have a system in the game called Confidant. And when you talk to the confidants, which is just talking to any character on the screen or other characters in the game, like a teacher or a doctor or a politician, a kid at an arcade, when you talk to these characters, you can level up their social link. And when you level up their social link, you get new abilities that you didn't have before. Like, example, Futaba, I know you can't barely see her, but she's right here. If you level her confidant up, she unlocks. I'm not going to spoil all the things that she unlocks, but she'll unlock the ability to heal you mid battle without. It doesn't cost anything. It's just a random heal. Great. She'll do a random stat buff, or the guy that works at the airsoft gun store. You level him up. You find out his plot. He sells real, firearms, and you can upgrade them. But you can't upgrade them unless you raise his social link. So keep that in mind. But in order to raise the social links, you need certain stats. Like Makoto here, you have to have your smartness maxed out, your charm maxed out, or else you can't finish and get her level 10 confidant social link. So make sure you focus on that. Read books all the time, study all the time, eat hamburger, because if you eat this big hamburger, like this big, it raises all your stats. Make sure you just constantly do that every day. And they have a day system. Definitely play the Royal over the original, because the Royal, you get more time during the day. If you play the original one, the first half of the game is a trudge because you get to do one thing a day. Once you beat the palace, you can do two things a day. You can hang out with someone, and then at night you can read a book or play a game or make coffee. But in the Royal, it's a little bit more lenient, and I think any game beyond that, a little bit more lenient, but you can only still do like one or two things during the day. But other than that, Persona 5, I give a 9 out of 10. Yeah, a 9 out of 10. Great game. I recommend it for everyone. And I will be back for Monday Night Raw. Catch you guys on the next one.